Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Hashtag Anime Talk. This is episode 82, and my name is Lyndon Burton, joined by my co-host, Mr. Chrissa SJE, as always. And Chrissa, man, we got some news to tell the people to get their. Well, I mean, they won't be able to get their tickets because tickets are sold out. But if they're in the area, they could definitely slide through.
For sure. We got some exciting news for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Might as well tell them up the top. We will be hitting the road. We will be at DreamCon, the RDC World Con. We will be in the building doing a panel. We'll let y'all know what our topic of our panel is as we get closer. But July 23rd and 24th, we will be there. Is that Waco, Texas, or is that Dallas? I don't know which one it is.
I think it used to be in Waco, but now it's going to be in Dallas. I want to say they moved everything.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, we're going to be out there. I'm excited. For sure.
Hey, I'm super excited, man. We got a panel out there. Plus, we're gonna be out there the whole weekend just vibing. If y'all wanna run up to us, talk to us, you know what I'm saying? I know me and Faye gonna be out there. It's gonna be like a huge event. Like everybody who is in the anime community, for the most part, is gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say everybody, but it's gonna be deep as hell over there.
A lot of people will be there.
Meet people.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good time. Like we said, if you want to see us, come through, say what's up. We are down to chit chat, talk anime, the whole 9 yards. Come through.
Thanks.
Also gonna be at some other conventions. Gonna announce those probably in the next episode, but definitely probably one in Lafayette, one in New Orleans, and maybe one in Mississippi, just to finish out the summer going into October. And then once October hits, we'll be some other places as well. So we'll let y'all know. But Chris, man, we got a lot to get started. I mean, we didn't drop on the normal week, but that's okay. We're going to hit them back to back with them just to get back on schedule. But, we got a lot to get started with. And I'm going to start with you. First off, the biggest story of the past 2 weeks has been your Chainsaw Man trailer. How'd you feel?
They executed the way I was hoping they would. You feel me? Like, people wanted so bad for this shit to be bad. Like, I swear.
People hating on Chainsaw Man?
It's one of those things, bro. Like, and I remember we had our discussion about this too. But whenever Demon Slayer did what it did, it changed the game in anime, like where anime was going, especially shonen. When Jujutsu Kaisen dropped, it had that Demon Slayer effect to where it's game changing. You could tell, you feel me? Like, and Mappa was doing a thing on Jujutsu Kaisen as well. But I've been recently seeing a crazy wave of Jujutsu Kaisen hate. And it's it just reminds me of the Demon Slayer hate. And I feel like we're getting that Chainsaw Man hate early. Because as soon as some shit gets booming, like super, you know what I'm saying? The sales start going crazy. Everybody's reading it. Everybody's talking about it. You're going to get that corner of people who are just wanting to go against the grain and just hate on some shit for interactions because it's hot. But I saw a lot of things about, the 3D animation and the CGI and everything.
It wasn't even bad.
No, but I'm talking about before the trailer dropped. People were scared of that. You feel me?
They were saying that was going to happen. Well, it didn't. They got straight 2D. Shit looks gas.
If we know anything about the old, the way they've been doing with the CGI, they've been doing pretty good.
And the only reason why I'm not hating on anything Chainsaw Man. I'm super excited for this. Only reason why I had Demon Slayer hate because I didn't like how it ended. But with Chainsaw Man JJK, all on board. I'm excited for this Chainsaw Man anime because, as you know, I'm not done. I'm close to being done, but not quite. I think Chainsaw Man is going to be one of those that really benefits from having the animation behind it because the story's crazy.
For sure. I was reading it. I read it. I don't know exactly what chapter you're on, but I want to say last year when we had the hurricanes, I read up until probably around where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
I was having to read week to week after that. And it was killing me week to week because it was a super crazy arc towards the end. And since you haven't read it, I would tell you to read it. You feel me? But seeing it animated might hit different because just the way Mappa does things, it looks beautiful. The emotional parts look emotional. Like the little things that they did show in the trailer, they all are important moments that you want to see look good.
The Makima Shinji, when they first love connect, the way she was looking in his eyes and they get her eyes, it's ooh, you dirty bitch.
Thanks. It's it's so much shit going on. And then with they had the whole the coffee table scene where it's Denji, Power, and Aki, and they're all sitting there eating, and it's just certain thing. They showed a piece of bread, which, you know what I'm saying? They talk about that in the anime or whatever, the manga. but it's just like certain callbacks where they just showed you a couple things to be like, hey, look, we taking this shit serious. And I've seen the director say that this is his favorite work to have adapted. And then it's just like a crazy cast. Like when you see the people they got working on this and the other things they've worked on, it's like they brought their A game for sure. Like they knew they were working with another Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero type heavy hitter shonen. I'm just more excited for like the future of shonen now since they're taking all these big series serious. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine Undead Unluck and Mashle down the line, how they're gonna look.
We're in good hands, and we just got to support Chainsaw Man, because if that does well, it'll just keep the shonen machine going. So super excited for that. But Mappa did release another trailer. Not gonna talk about the two SOL ones. Shout out to the Slice of Life fans. If y'all want some good Slice of Life coverage, go check out What Do You Say Anime. But there was a Mappa trailer that interested me. The Destiny anime. It was basically Mappa's collaboration with Madhouse. There had a trailer. The anime is described as this futuristic America where monsters appear who can only be defeated by the power of music. And these music art practitioners are women who team up with male conductors to fight the monsters called D2. Looked fucking crazy. Like it didn't sound like that. I just saw a girl floating in there shooting at some niggas with a gun, and then one dude with like no arm, and then his other, and like he was just chilling, doing his like conducting shit. Shit look badass.
Yeah, this shit gonna be different. I'm watching it off of the strength of it's a Madhouse Mappa collab. Like that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds crazy. It's like I'm peeping it out off the strength of that just to see if it's bad, if it's bad. You know what I'm saying? If it's good, it's good. But I'm definitely tuning in for this one.
That's a fact. And something else I'm tuning into on September 22nd. Yo, I'm hyped for this. People have been always putting anime themes to like made up Star Wars anime. We're finally getting a Star Wars anime, and it's gonna be great. So it's gonna be 9 separate episodes of just Japanese studios' take on Star Wars, whatever they wanted. Like Disney let them do really whatever they wanted. Some of the cooler ones are like the Twins by Studio Trigger, where instead of doing like Leia and Luke, they're doing these two twins who were consumed by the dark side, and like their like journey into the dark side. Pretty dope. Trigger's also doing something called The Elder with like a older Jedi. There's something called The Duel, which will be like a just a samurai fight of basically 2 Jedi. There's a bunch of crazy shit they're doing, but a lot of this shit looks good. There's only like one episode I wasn't really with, like the droid one. But other than that, Star Wars fans who are anime fans are in for a treat September 22nd.
For sure. I know like my boy Fade hit me up like as soon as he like I think it was like yesterday when they dropped this. Like he sent it to me instantly. He was like, son, I'm fucking going crazy right now. They better drop it. And I went peeping. I'm like, let me see what it's hitting on. You know what I'm saying? I know there's like a Star Wars manga right now. And I want to say it's book Barnes and Noble or whatever, but I saw them like, what? They got official Star Wars? Like, damn, Lucasfilms and Disney are really expanding with this. And I knew it was only a matter of time before we saw anime. Some sort. I'm glad they're doing these little like spin-offs versus canon adaptations of shit we've already seen. Like we don't want to see anime versions of
this. Could be canon, like if it's good enough, like if people take to it well. I can see Disney being like, let's just make that
shit
money
that we already have. You know what I'm saying?
Like, no, it's nothing. This is stuff no one's ever seen.
Like from the future, you could pull from the anime and put it into live action and make it all connect. You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, I want to see some like whole new, because the world of Star Wars is so expansive. You could get a whole, like you said, a whole canon series that has nothing to do with what's going on over here, and you could tie it in later. You know what I'm saying? Like the MCU
that's a fact.
Does. I'm excited for this because everything looked good. I like the little cute robot looking one. I like the one with the old man with the double red samurai sword lightsabers. That shit was hard. Like I'm in for this.
Some of this shit looks crazy. Like the Twins one by Trigger, the Duel, the Elder, the one that you were just talking about, Akakiri, the Ninth Jedi Production IG. A lot of they went go get big name studios.
Yeah, Production IG, bro.
Production IG, Trigger. They got people that worked with Mappa. He just doesn't work with Mappa anymore. So like they put in the money for this. So I'm gonna definitely watch this on September 22nd. If you don't have Disney Plus, this might be a reason to get it, if anything. So shout out to Star Wars and the anime community. Next thing we got is GKIDS have announced they're gonna do the North American distribution rights for the new movie from Production IG, The Deer King. I sent Krista the trailer. The feature film should be in theaters in North America early 2022. The Deer King is about, let's see. Okay, so in the years following a vicious war, the Empire of Zol now controls the land in the citizens of rival Aquifa. Concept for Aquifa is Fire Horse territory, where wild dogs once carried deadly black wolf fever to roam free. When a pack of dogs ran through Zol-controlled mine, Van, an enslaved former soldier, and a young girl, Yuna, are both bitten but managed to escape as the sole survivors of the attack. Finally free, Van and Yuna seek out a simple, peaceful existence in the countryside. But as the deadly disease once again runs rampant, they find themselves at the crossroad of a struggle much larger than any one nation. This sounds like some war, disease, your typical anime shit in a movie. It looks pretty good. Production IG is not bad in movies. Are you interested in this, Krista? The Deer
It looks
King.
pretty good. I wasn't really super interested in it until I saw that big eye looking thing floating above that building. They had a glimpse of it. I'm like, okay, so there's gonna be some like sci-fi supernatural type shit. So I'm willing to see where it goes for sure.
Yep, I'm definitely interested, at least to peep as like they give us more trailers and as we get closer to the film date. Don't know if I'm gonna watch this in theaters, but if it's out, I'll give it a peep, but maybe not.
I'm gonna watch that shit on Crunchyroll, Funimation, whenever it drops on and a streaming. Like I went to see Demon Slayer at the theaters, and that's because it's Demon Slayer. You feel me? But then the movie came out like on PlayStation. That shit came out on
that was a
Funimation. Like the next,
yeah,
they fucked up with that one. But I mean, like right afterwards, it came out on Funimation. It's been like maybe a couple months since that's aired, and like if they're gonna be coming fast with these, like you can watch it in theater, but we'll drop it for the streaming in like 3 weeks. You feel me? I'm with that. I might pay that at the crib. You know what I'm saying?
The next movie I'm going to see in theaters is the Lupin movie. So
this for sure.
Deer King, catching that on streamings. But speaking of movies, Crunchyroll announced that they've begun streaming original anime films. They're going to be dropping a film in it's called Crunchyroll Movie Night at Home series. It's been going on in the UK. It's now coming to the US. And basically once a month, they're going to add a new movie for you to like be a part of the Crunchy Night Movie at Home series. So May 1st, they started with Penguin Highway. Patima Inverted was on June 1st. I don't have the movie on July, but starting August 1st, they're going to have Premiere. September 1st, Giovanni Island. October 1st, My Miracle. November 1st, Fireworks. December 1st, Tokyo Marble Chocolate. January 1st, 5 centimeters per second. February 1st, the classic reviewed by us, Your Name. March 1st, Children Who Chase Lost Voices. And April 1st, The Place Promised in Our Early Days. So, yeah, if you want to be a part of the Crunchyroll movie at home, movie night at home series, you can check that out. And this is not an ad for them. This is just something they're doing. So, Chris, does this intrigue you to check out these movies? Crunchyroll are trying to sponsor this little event they're doing once a month.
Man, if they promote it a little bit better and people start actually fucking with it, not saying they're not, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying if they like promote it and they like really, you feel me? If everybody's talking about it, everybody watching, I'm gonna watch it. Because there's certain things like whenever I feel like Crunchyroll wants to take hold of that, but there's certain things like remember whenever because Avatar has been around forever, but remember whenever they first put it on Netflix,
everybody was tweeting about it.
And it's like if they could gather something like that to be like, hey, we're doing movie night right now, and then have the whole Twitter tweeting about it, like
that would be
everybody
fire.
Watching it. I'm definitely gonna be on board with it because there's a lot of movies that I probably wouldn't have seen unless we get a context like this where somebody builds hype for it.
They needed like the NBA playoffs, like how every time an NBA game's going, the NBA community is all watching and all tweeting. That's what they needed. Like you're absolutely right. Like when Netflix had Avatar, they needed as like, okay, if this is gonna be August 1st, if that's a weekend, every anime fan is on Crunchyroll August 1st at such and such time, and we're all talking about Premiere. Hit us up, Crunchyroll. We'll tweet about it. So if y'all want to do it that way, but
we'll do a live stream. We'll do something. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. All right, next up, we got the official website for Platinum's End dropped a new trailer for the new anime. It looks pretty good. This is what it's about. As his classmates celebrate their middle school graduation, troubled Mirai is mired in darkness, but his battle is just beginning when he receives some salvation from above in the form of an angel. Now Mirai is pitted against 12 other chosen humans in battle, in which the winner will become the next god of the world. Mirai has an angel in his corner, but he may need to become a devil to survive. Crazy dudes in middle school, how this thing started off. I could have sworn dude was like an adult, like just life was beating down on him. He gave up and like it was over with. Then crazy trailer. It brought me in the moment that Angel saved him from dying, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm in here. I'm gonna watch Platinum's in.
Oh, I'm in for this. Like you, that's the first time I heard that too. Like the middle school thing. As soon as you said that, my face went like that. I'm sitting there like, man, I'm tired of these middle school ass grown man protagonists, dog. Like I fuck with Tokyo Revengers. We're gonna talk about that later. That's one of my favorite series right now. But I wish, like, son, just keep it real. Like, I like the fact that he's an adult, you know, he's 20 something and then he goes back to his middle school. But I'm like, bruh, I don't know how they rocking in Japan, but ain't no way middle schoolers going through this much real life shit. Like, even Degrassi niggas wasn't going through real life shit like this. And Degrassi was going, like, they was going through some real life shit towards the end, but they were in high school, dog.
Yeah.
Nobody in middle school in Degrassi was going through this intensity.
Dude ended it. Like at his middle school graduation, he said, fuck it. Life not worth
That's some
living.
Junior year senior. I guess people, it really does happen. You know what I'm saying?
It does, you know? So, I mean, it's just.
They dramatize that shit. Like, I don't know how many gangs is out there. And, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how many. I know the you know what I'm saying, the rate out there is nuts. You feel me? But all I know is the Death Note influence, not Death Note influence, but, you know, you could tell it's the same
guy. Yeah.
You could. I was already hyped on the series. Not, I haven't read it or whatever, but I was already excited to get more content from it because just the volumes look beautiful. And I was wondering,
the art looks gorgeous.
Like, I was wondering, transitioning into anime, would it keep that same aesthetic, or was it going to go with like more of a, because it seems like it's going to be a Death Note kind of aesthetic, but more bright. Like, Death Note was more dark, and this seems like it's gonna be colorful and vivid, and I'm here for it. You feel me?
I can see it going from bright to dark, like how they said he needs to become more devilish instead of his angel persona. I could see the series getting darker as it portrays, but I'm excited for this. Definitely gonna review this. So as soon as we know more, we will let y'all know. But check out that trailer. Also, this is for you, Chris. I put this in here. Part 2 of the Yashahime spinoff will premiere October 2nd. So you will be back part 2 to get the rest of it's going to be on Crunchyroll, Funimation, and Hulu, so you don't have to struggle to watch it. Are you excited for part 2 of Yashahime?
Hell yeah, I'm definitely excited for part 2 of Yashahime. I'm excited for anything Inuyasha, Yashahime involved. You know what I'm saying? I know for sure I've been seeing on the timeline with Toonami bringing it back. A lot of people, and I thought everybody was excited for the news. You feel me? Whenever, like, last year, I want to say it was fall, whenever Yashahime was premiering or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was it 2019 or was it 2020?
I think it was 2020.
I'm pretty sure. But whatever the case may be, you feel me? It was airing, and I thought everybody was on it, but a lot of people didn't even know it existed until Toonami brought it out. And I've been seeing a lot of the weebs that I thought was like hardcore weebs, like, you know what I'm saying?
Just getting on it,
being like, what? Yasha got kids? I'm like, what? Shishomaru too? Like, where have you been? Like, this was crazy last year, but that's the influence of Toonami. And it's crazy how many people still exclusively watch like English dub and shit like that. But I'm just excited we're getting that hype back again because people are just excited to get more Inuyasha related content.
Well, I'm happy for y'all, man. October 2nd, y'all can continue the watch. And that's pretty much all the news for this week. That's pretty much everything that's popped off in the last 2 weeks. Chainsaw Man really dominated the news cycles. But I wanted to ask you, just out of just some discussion, what genre in anime would you like to see more of?
In anime?
Mm-hmm.
Genre-wise, I would want to see more seinen get adapted, but different types. Like, I feel like we get a lot of the same. Okay, like what's the big 3 of seinen right now? I don't want to say big 3, but you know what I'm saying? It's always been like Berserk,
Kingdom,
Vinland Saga, not Vinland Saga, Kingdom, and what's the other one? Vagabond, I want to say.
Yeah,
not Vagabond. It might be Vagabond.
But Vagabond doesn't even have an anime.
Monster as well. You know what I'm saying?
Monster's up there.
Like, as far as seinen manga, they got these huge titles or whatever, but they're all, I don't want to say super similar, but they got, like, I've been reading a few here and there, you know what I'm saying? And they got like completely different. Like, I'd want to see like something like what is it called? Death Play. You know what I'm talking about? It's like Death Game.
Talking about Dead Tube?
No, not Dead Tube. Let me see. It's called I don't know if it starts with death or dead, but it's like I just started fucking with it a while back. Dead Mount Death Play.
Okay.
Bro, I don't know if you've seen that, but that shit,
Mm-mm.
it looks crazy. I read the first few chapters a while back, but I kind of like put it on hold because I wanted to read the physicals and everything, just in good quality. But the bitches was out. The bitches was sold out everywhere. Like they just got back in stock, and I just got mine in the mail, so I'm about to get back on it. But it's definitely some unique shit. You feel me? I've been reading some shit called Deathtopia. I don't know if you heard of Eden's what's it called? Eden, KJ Eden or whatever.
Yes, I have.
It's like from the same mangaka. I've been reading a lot of his shit. That dude's a twisted dude. You feel me? From the
So
shit
you
he
want
writes.
some more of the dark? Ever since you've been in your Chainsaw Man bag, bro, you've been in your dark manga and seinen in vibes. I see you. Okay, okay. I'm not
Yeah,
mad at
we,
that.
we we need more shit like that. We need more like adult content. Like I'm tired of these settings that's just high school, middle school, high school. We need some shit that's some grown ups.
That's
I just
fair.
want more adult content. That like I don't have a specific genre, but I definitely want to see more adult representation for sure. Even like early 20s is still young. Like you know what I'm saying? Early 20s, late 20s.
They make
That's
it seem like once you get out of middle school and high school, it's over for a nigga.
bro, Japan, if you fucking out of high school and you're not working, you know what I'm saying? 9 to 5 or going to college, bro, you probably like considered a bum out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be no shonen life ass nigga.
No, no,
You
no.
22. You know what I'm saying? You got superpowers, you better use that shit in the office.
Yeah, that's a fact. I think the genre I want more of is more Cowboy Bebop, more Black Lagoon types, like more I guess
Gunslinger.
Western inspired animes in the sense of Bebop being a hitman bounty hunter type, that type of shit. Because like you said, that's more adult level content. Like 9 times out of 10 in those stories, you don't see somebody who's like in middle school in them stories. The closest you get is in Outlaw Star. You have Hawkins, but still, Gene is still like 20 something years old. So
Facts.
Gene may be 18, but still, the only person who's a child is Hawkins in that fucking story. And like in Bebop, you only have Ein, and then Black Lagoon is just straight all old niggas. Like Rock's probably the youngest, and I
Yes,
think
I
Rock's
fuck with
still 30.
that's why I fuck with Gangster super hard. Like Gangster it gave me them kind of vibes. That shit got acted
More
so
shit like
early.
Gangsta for those who watch Dimension W. Shit was
Oh,
hard.
Dimension W.
More shit like that. That's all I'm clamoring for. That's why Kaiju number 8 really hits a soft spot for me because it gives kind of that
Exactly.
in a shonen form, more so with like battle. So
And
that's
I'm
why.
loving to see Shonen get more dark and getting more grown up and more mature because you're seeing a lot of different sides of Shonen you don't really uh, see often. That's why I'm liking the whole new wave of like they've been saying people have been running with the name like Hell Set or Hell Trio shit like that. Talking about like My Hero High is like super dark right now and Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man and I just know that Shonen now is completely different from Shonen when we was like Shaman King, One Piece early on days. You feel where everything was like kind of cheery. Like Bleach was the darkest thing in Shonen Jump at one time. You know what I'm saying?
Shit is not light in Shonen Jump right now. That's a fact. The closest thing to light I'd say they have is maybe Undead Unluck, maybe, but
And some of the
like
comedy joints, but like their hardcore Shonen shit, it's a lot of shit is dark and
super
deep.
dark right now.
But like I
Super.
like the fact that you could get like these Kaiju number 8 stories to where it seems very seinen because it's Shonen because Shonen is more of a what's it called like a demographic than a genre.
Yeah.
So it's like it's technically Shonen because they're pushing it like it's a Shonen, but it's like a 30-year-old main character. It's like more seinen than anything. It's like you're supposed to be able to relate to it as an adult, and I definitely like how you're getting those more shonen-esque kind of adult characters. So it's still like some shonen feeling shit, but it's like you're not in middle school. I'm loving to see it.
I'm liking it as well. And with that being said, that's pretty much all I have for discussion this week. But we got a lot to review before we get to My Hero and Tokyo Revengers. How have you been feeling about, Godzilla Singular Point and Eden Zero? Because Eden Zero got a new episode and Godzilla Singular Point is now on Netflix.
Facts. English dub and sub. I already watched the first few episodes sub, so I've been rewatching it in dub. I'm not finished with it yet. I still haven't gotten to the Godzilla craziness. You feel me? I've seen like the bird, the pterodactyl creatures, and I've seen the big stegosaurus looking creature, and the shit's looking beautiful. It's like they mixed the CGI with the regular animation well. It's like the monsters are CGI, which kind of it brings you into that world more. It makes it seem more of a big deal when you see these big creatures to make them seem more unearthly and unnatural in the world or whatever. But at the same time, I'm not finished with it yet because I've been reading a lot more manga than anything. But and watching other shit that's not. I'm still watching the shit in Netflix jail. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I've been watching Eden Zero. I've been watching Shaman King.
It's hard not to watch Eden Zero, man. They just got the sister. Crew is looking nice.
But we're moving through Eden Zero quickly too. Like we're already at the Digitalia arc. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. We already got one sister. We're about to get the next one, and Homer's already there.
We're like episode 12. I thought we'd still be in the, you know what I'm saying, the arc with the ugly dude with the turning people into furniture shit. You feel me? I thought we'd still be on that arc, but we're moving. The pacing is crazy. I wonder how fast they're gonna, like, we're gonna be in the Drac and Joe shit. Like they already showed.
You think?
They already showed Drac and Joe already. They're teasing him, like in the recent episodes. So he's coming faster than you would think. I feel like he's gonna be before episode 50. We're gonna see some Drac and Joe.
I wonder how much we're getting in, how much Netflix is giving us this upcoming season.
I feel like we'll get a strong 24.
And you think we get Drac and Joe in the 24? This is like super spoilers for people who don't watch Eden Zero. I'm sorry.
And we're not going too deep because they don't know who Drac and Joe is.
Yeah, they don't know what we're talking about.
They saw him. Like if you're watching Eden Zero right now and you saw the recent episode, that dude with the red hair, they kind of showed because the new episode was nuts. You saw the one with the little ugly homie in the game. Son.
You know I'm watching Eden Zero. That's like one of the few things that I'm watching. Something else that I'm watching, or that I watched, Record of Ragnarok. Man.
Oh my God. I forgot we didn't talk about this yet. I forgot we didn't talk about Record of Ragnarok.
Okay, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like as great as I thought it was going to be. The story, you see the story potential, but why is Netflix still doing sideshow shit with shit that shouldn't be a slideshow?
Now, see, this is my thing, right? I was one of those people who went into it with certain expectations. Because
you went in with high expectations. I know you did.
Well, I the trailer was amazing, but I saw the tweets where people were like, man, it's basically just a slideshow. And I saw the one scene that people posted. And I was like, ooh, I agree. That looks bad, right?
But when you watch it in context, it's not as bad.
Because at the end of the day, that scene was the first scene that I saw slideshow-esque like that. There were certain scenes that weren't animated to perfection before. You feel me? It wasn't like stellar. It wasn't fucking Mappa doing it. But at the same time, that episode 8 was the peak bad. Did they post it? And it's like, bro, you had to watch 8 episodes to get to that bad part. You know what I'm saying? And I get it wasn't the best, but it was.
But that is supposed to be like the highlight of the season. Like that is supposed to be spoilers because it's Adam versus Zeus. Like it is supposed to be the big battle because after that, I don't think there's much left.
Well, they got Homeboy and what's his name? Was it the Poseidon?
Yeah, they do have the Poseidon fight. You're absolutely right.
To be honest with you, that's my favorite fight. The Poseidon versus
the samurai.
Because that shit was nuts. I like the samurai's backstory, and I like the fact that he was one of the only ones. Because, like, bro, these humans getting their shit rocked for the first couple fights. You feel me?
They are. They
I'm rooting for them. I'm sitting there like, bro, this is just proving, like, of course, gods are gonna beat humans. But like, I like the fact that dude actually stood a chance. And then, to be honest with you, bro, the Zeus. And this is me not being a manga reader, right? I could understand how a manga reader would be pissed off because that's like me being a Chainsaw Man fan and seeing them just sloppily edit certain things that I saw in the trailer that I was happy about. But like, if they would have fucked up some shit and showed like that they fucked it up, the people would go crazy because it's like we read the manga, we were scared of y'all doing this. We were scared of y'all doing this.
It could have been better, man. Because like that Zeus Adam fight, like the Thor Liu Bu fight, like the Thor fight was cool, but when I read the manga, it was the Adam fight that really sucked me in and like the story around that point. But like you said, the Poseidon fight does show that humanity can come back. It is a solid fight in the anime. But man, if they're coming back with the next season to get the next cast of gods versus humans, they better come correct with the next couple. Cause
they gotta throw some more budget at that.
Because Jack the Ripper needs a budget. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
And they built that up towards the end of the season. Like they made me hype for that. They're like, man, I'm sitting there like, bro,
you getting Jack the Ripper versus Hercules, and that shit is crazy.
That's gonna be nuts. That's gonna be some nuts shit.
And I'm not gonna talk about what's after that because that's all that the show really talked about, like coming. So I won't spoil what's next. But like some of the guys that's coming up next is crazy. So like, put the budget behind it, Netflix. Like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, for sure. Y'all need to take this shit seriously.
But it wasn't bad,
it's a big deal. This is one of the seinen ones that could be
big.
But I feel like it still could be cool, but it's just like it's too early on and it's too not going crazy yet. Like it's not the quality ain't where it needs to be. It
should have hit the timeline like a fucking gut punch. Like if the animation was crazy. The fights was crazy because the story's there. That's what a lot of people who are being objective has said. Like, yeah, it could have been animated better, but the story's still good. It's still a good anime.
And to be honest with you too, that fight, the Adam versus Zeus, it only gets bad towards the end. It's like a 3-episode long fight, and the end where they did the slideshow thing, I think it was trying to do like some Rocky type shit to where they were trying to make it dramatic and be like, oh, look at the crowd reactions, look at this. But before that, bro, you see like whenever Zeus, his like muscles start fucking twisting and blood starts squirting out of his arm, that shit like his body was contorting, and that shit made me visibly uncomfortable. I was looking at it, I was like, ooh, that shit looked fucked up. I'm sitting there like, it was so detailed that I don't know how the manga looked. It made me want to go read the manga because
the manga's great.
That scene looked, it was animated compelling enough to make me like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? If it was bad animation, I'd be like, oh, look at this goofy ass shit. You feel me?
See, and that's a standout part. There's a couple standout parts, like when Thor is fighting Liu Bu and they're showing the crowd of his homies and shit, and like you get the full like emotion of like his niggas was riding for him, and they do that final clash. That shit is hard. And like you said, the entire Poseidon fight was great. That's the best one they did. I do agree with that.
It wasn't no 10 out of 10. It wasn't no God of High School, because God of High School was all fights, no substance, because it didn't adapt the source material right. But this was
like, all substance, no flair,
no shebang. Yeah, but like it still had me hype. I'll say it's a strong 6, light 7 type shit. It's not like a 5. I wouldn't say it's like mid. I wouldn't call it mid. I'd say it's cool. It's good.
It's above average.
Bit above average, but it ain't crazy above average. Like it ain't no 8. It's like ain't an 8.
It's a B- C+, and B- is super generous.
I think the manga could be potentially an 8, 9. Maybe.
Oh no, the manga is a B+.
Oh, so you think it's up there?
Yeah, no, the manga is a B+. I'm not gonna say it's an A-, but the manga is definitely a B+. Like entertainment level, story's great. Like there's a whole section of the Discord that fucks with Record of Ragnarok manga. Shout out to the family, man. But yeah, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
And then we getting the manga, because the manga's not serialized in the US
yet. It's
not
done either. It's still going.
But we don't even have volume 1. Like we don't got shit out here. But they say it's coming out next year, the top of next year, like 2021.
So maybe once people start watching it, they'll.
And hopefully they shake back with season 2. Hopefully they're already working on it. Hopefully they're not rushing through it. But I hope this has a good future ahead of it, because like the anime is not bad. As long as it only gets better, I feel like we got some good shit ahead of us. But if it gets worse, you're not already at a good spot to be C-. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't have that much. You don't have too much room for like decrease before you get out of that C+, B- range to C- D. And then once you get to D, it's just like, why am I watching this?
One more slideshow, bro, and Twitter gonna be done with you, bro. I know what Twitter does, bro.
Twitter was, and this is us saying Twitter was harsh, because like usually Twitter, sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's harsh. This was one of the times where it was harsh, but like I understand why it's harsh, because like the manga fans on For Record of Ragnarok have been low key like, yo, this is that shit, this is that gas. I was on here doing it too, so. You know, I understand the vitriol from Twitter, because they expected this big mythological series, which, you know, at least in Western culture, we love seeing gods versus humans combining the mythologies. Like some of our greatest like comic book heroes, look at Wonder Woman involved in Greek mythology. And then you have Thor and Loki on the Marvel side. So it's like, this is stuff that Americans love. You throw in
the dub wasn't bad. The dub wasn't bad either. I watched sub and dub for this one. Like I watched the sub for the first couple episodes. All the middle I watched dub, and in the end I watched sub. But dub wasn't bad. As long as like this shit could have been, you know what I'm saying? Like
it could have been a 9. It could have been a 9 if the fights were great.
And it still has potential to be down the line. Like if I know anything about Mob Psycho season 1, it was great. Like Mob Psycho season 1 wasn't a 6 or a 7. It wasn't a 6 or a 7 season 1.
Do not say Mob Psycho season 1 was a 6 or a 7.
No, that's what I'm just saying, because I'm saying because Record of Ragnarok was season 1 was like not up there. Like I'm saying, Mob Psycho season 1 started good but got great. Like whereas Mob Psycho season 1, I would say is an 8. I wouldn't give it a 9. Maybe certain elements of the season were 9. They were hitting 9, 10.
I say it's overall 8.5, but I'm with you. Season 2 is like a 9.5.
Season 2 to me is a 10, maybe even a 9.
9.5 is me being nice.
I know Twitter was getting on people's ass for saying shit like 9.8, 9.9, 6, 7. But like, bro, that's like close to 10 if it's not 10. Like it's not 9.5, but if it's not 10, it's close. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. I am with you. And speaking on that, let's get to our reviews. Man, when these shows go out, I don't know what we're gonna do for the summer. Summer slate's not looking too hot. Not looking too hot.
I mean, we got that one. Like,
we're searching for something right now, and you told me about it. What's it called that we might be doing?
Oh, the Sunny Boy.
Is that the fire one? Where the world's different? Where we gonna get into our artsy bag?
Sunny Boy is some crazy like wonder. It's gonna be the wonder egg of the season. But like that other one's dropping like next month. I want to say the one that Mappa showed in that trailer. The Hedon. Some long ass title, but that shit looks crazy. That shit gives me.
We'll just review Shaman King when everybody else watches it.
When do they have a date that's coming?
Yeah, it's coming out. It's coming out in August.
Okay, well, hell yeah, because that one, I'm not gonna lie, bro. We watch
both Shaman King and Eden Zero.
No spoilers, because we might review that, or like whenever y'all watch it, I want y'all.
See, I haven't really watched it,
and I don't want to even spoil it for you, but I just want to say, as a fan of the manga growing up, as a fan of the original 1999 series or 2001 series, I think it was. This is like 2001. The animation wasn't that bad, and the 2021 the animation isn't that good to say. You know what I'm saying? That you're doing a whole remake shot by shot, but I feel like they're doing a great job.
Okay,
I'll say that. I'll say that people will be pleased.
Well, I'm excited
knowing that this is an old 90s anime, old 90s manga being remade.
I'm excited, and for the Eden Zero fans, we will give you a comprehensive review when it drops. We're just doing these little updates because we watch it in Netflix jail, and we've come to realize not a lot of y'all watch out of Netflix jail, so we'll give it to you.
I posted a GIF from Eden Zero, and somebody was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "What is this?"
But we learned that with Dorohedoro when we thought everybody was watching with us. It was like, nah, nigga, y'all niggas just trapping out the bandwidth. We waiting for Netflix to come out.
I'm still trying to put niggas on Dorohedoro, bro. There's certain niggas who like the dub, it's not Netflix jail. There's no reason to not watch it, but they just still haven't heard of it. And I've been trying to put everybody on it, especially people who fuck with that old like Akira type vibe. You feel me? Because Dorohedoro is slept on, and when we get season 2, hopefully within the next couple years,
I know
that's gonna build some hype, bro. Because season 1 was already great.
Yeah, that's a fact. So I guess we'll start with My Hero since we only have 2 episodes this week. I'm torn. I'm torn because they didn't start MVA like I thought they would have, like the manga did. But I see what they're doing. I see how they're framing it, because if you start with MVA all adjunct and then you get to the end of her arc, you are confused by Hawks. Hawks is a very confusing character. So by doing the end of her arc first and making MVA almost flashbacky, it shows you what Hawks is doing and shows you how he did what he did to get to where we are now. If that's me trying not to spoil it.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on too much. I kind of have like, my own, hints of like, not hints, I got my own head canon for now, but they didn't explain everything. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're gonna get a lot of explanations soon.
Soon it's coming, and I definitely think we get MVA this season. It was in the OP. We did see a lot of the characters, and then the end of her arc should only be 2 more episodes.
Like, how you feel about the new OP? Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. With Eden Zero, the first opening and ending was so gas that the second one, it was like y'all missed the fucking shit. And with My Hero, bro, I don't know about the openings and the endings, bro. At all times. Like, some of them I like, but
this may be me being a stan, but like, this opening gave me vibes of like, nigga, we growing up. Like, it was like, it gave, at least the animation. The animation had the black shit. It was like, okay, maybe the song was Pooh. I wasn't really paying attention to the song.
The song getting my favorite. Like, I feel like Twitter overreacted to it by saying it was Pooh. I'm sitting there like, it's not that bad, but like, maybe it'll grow on me, because I was just getting used to the old,
it gave me like OP. The Naruto vibes when like the Akatsuki first touchdown, nigga. Like, it was just like, oh,
like
these niggas growing up. Yeah, it just felt like my niggas was growing up. They put all the other characters in black and white. Like, nah, nigga, this is about Shoto, Bakugo, and Deku. We're here, nigga. Like, you other niggas don't care. Y'all don't matter. Shoto fans, y'all should be rejoicing. Y'all about to get a bunch of love. This arc is big for y'all. This arc is big for Deku fans and Bakugo fans. And it makes sense that if we finish My Villain Academia with this, they hinted at it in the most recent episode, so I can talk about it. What happens in 4 months? That's next season.
Man, I don't know if you. I feel like right now is what I've been hyped for, because my boy Todoroki's in the main top spot again.
This is what I've been telling you. Like, this is the point that where I'm like, it's all gas, no filler from this point on.
I'm getting them vibes from not so much the Christmas episode. I wasn't getting no good vibes from that.
Throw that out the wall. Wait, well, they had one
interview.
They had one good thing in the Christmas episode.
What happened?
The beginning.
Oh yeah, for sure, dog. With the interview and shit, how they interviewed Todoroki and Bakugo.
No. Fuck that shit too. The Shigaraki
funny.
opener.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit was hilarious.
The Shigaraki opener, where he's walking and it's just blood coming out of his eyes and he's laughing and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I didn't know what was happening with that shit too.
That's the ending of My Villain Academia. They just put it.
They snuck it at the end, so they're gonna have to do like some flashback shit. I understand what you're saying now, because they better take My Villain Academia serious, bro. They really need to take that.
They're showing like they are, because I'm gonna be honest, the manga didn't do a good job of explaining, and I can talk about this because they mention it. The Liberation Army, and you remember how it's like the Liberation Army are the villains. I know I'm jumping ahead to the next episode, but like this is a comprehensive review because there's no point in talking about the Christmas episode like talk about.
Yeah, so that whole
when Hawks touch down to Endeavor, it's like, okay, and Endeavor starts figuring out the shit. He talks about the Liberation Army, and I don't know if you realize they're showing like different villains in the opener. That's the Liberation Army. So they're gonna do a better job.
They definitely talked about it.
They're doing a good job of like hinting at it, and they're probably gonna do a better job explaining it. That's probably why they took it out of order, because the manga, you really gotta pay attention to catch on who these niggas really are.
Yeah, I hope they get it right, because I'm not gonna lie, like My Hero's finally booting up, and it's giving me that feel that My Hero gave me a while back again. It's not. I feel like it's just the beginning of it. It's just the warm ups.
Yeah, but, this is all exposition, getting us ready.
But that whole first half of the season just felt like filler, and you feel like you got little gems with Deku's progression.
You needed it. You needed it for right this now, right now.
Right now we booted up, and I feel like this year, especially as far as the anime, we're getting Bakugo, Todoroki, and Deku shine, because with the movie, like I don't know if you've seen this. This wasn't no news or nothing, not figure talk, but bro, the figures,
they look gas
from the movie.
They look gas.
I just saw Todoroki, Bakugo, and Deku, and it's just like, bro, we're focusing on the three goats of UA right now, our class one.
And that's the next two arcs. Like legit. Like I'm sorry, Class A, y'all aren't as strong as them. Like them niggas went work for Endeavor. I'm sorry.
We tried to give these niggas they shine the first half of the season, and that shit was fucking melatonin visual, like visual melatonin, bro. When I was watching fucking Yao Momo and what's
don't do that name? To my guy Ida. He was
not Ida, Ida, and even Dinky. Like, you know, Dinky kind of showed up a little.
Kind of did his thing, but like Naval Laser, yikes. Even Ochako, yikes. All she did was jump in that nigga Deku arms. Like, nothing was really popping. Froppy.
I had so much hope for Ochako too as a character.
The best two were Ida and Tokiomi.
Yeah, Tokiomi was goated. Even Todoroki didn't really show his ass like I wanted him to. No, Bakugo was cool too, but it wasn't there. See,
I fucked with the Bakugo shit because that was growth. But see, what I didn't like is they did all that growth, and then like they kind of dialed up like how he was in the Endeavor arc, and like it's not as dialed up in the manga. Like he's slowly refraining, and they added a little bit extra. But I guess that's a show. Once like he connects with Endeavor, because Endeavor was this angry hero, they'll really dial it back in the anime. All this shit is coming. Like, so like this arc's gonna be great, and you know I'm excited for Villain Academia.
You know I'm a villain guy.
You see Hawks is double agent talking to Dobby, dug it. Hawks better be careful before they get his ass.
Yeah, this is some weird shit. Like Hawks, we still talking about the first episode, or we can talk about the next one?
We're talking about the second episode now.
Okay, I'm about to say, with the whole Endeavor, Hawks trying to tell him, you know what I'm saying, without telling him what's going on. That shit has me curious, because Endeavor doesn't seem like the smartest hero, but he is a new number one. So it's
but he's not a dummy though.
Exactly. He's not an idiot. He doesn't seem like the smartest hero to me. Like, he didn't give me those vibes. Like, he definitely don't give me All Might vibes.
But see, I think he might be smarter than All Might. I really do.
He seems like he's just taking it serious, which is what makes me feel like because I feel like he's not one to just half-ass his job.
He's not.
I feel like that's where you're gonna get his super. You know what I'm saying? I never really fucked with Endeavor super hard, but as the episodes progress, I've been liking him a little bit.
Ever since the arc,
a little less and less.
Ever since he took over the number one hero when he fought the Nomus, that was like the change of like, okay, you beat your family up and you're this bad guy, but I kind of like your story.
Yeah, it's like I don't know everything about you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything about you. And the thing is, as long as you're doing certain goods that'll kind of not saying cancel out your bads, but like you're seeing you know how we always talk about the mustache twirling villains on here. You don't want to see a hero with that kind of attitude. You want to see more layers to Endeavor.
And,
I feel like he has a lot more
Endeavor's
layers.
an onion. There are a lot more layers, especially. I'm not gonna say none. We're just gonna keep it. Just
I feel like we're seeing that so far. Like we're seeing it already unfold. You're seeing a couple of those layers. You're not seeing all of them, but you're seeing a couple of those layers. And I'm liking to see his development because.
And by the end of the season, you're gonna either love her. You're gonna either root for Endeavor, or you're gonna either be like, he sucks, but I get it. And then next season it's gonna really be like, oh damn, like, all right, I gotta root for Endeavor, like, because some shit's coming. It's like a lot of shit is coming. So
shit about to go down.
Everything I've been, preaching, it's here for my hero, just a little out of order. I'd say the most recent episode with the Endeavor Agency, I'd give that one like out of 5. I'd give it a 4, just for great explanation and keeping me hyped. The Christmas episode, you could toss that shit in the trash.
That shit, man. The Christmas episode, bro. That was a strong 2.5, 3. You know what I'm saying?
It's only a 2.5 because of the Shigaraki scene in the beginning. Everything else, you can throw it in the trash.
And
but
I did think it was funny that Bakugo's finally with he's falling into his personality with that annoyingness. He's not as annoying. He's more funny than annoying with that little shit with the whole interview thing. They cut him out the interview, fucking hilarious. But bro, that whole Christmas shit is like, bro, it's the middle of the summer. Like I know they have some different shit in Japan too, but I can't get jiggy with no Christmas episode and My Hero randomly. Y'all could have made a special or something towards the end of the year.
Yeah, they should have
saved that. Y'all should have just saved that little snippet and just, hey, random special at the end of the year. We know,
and that's why My Villain Academia now would have made more sense. But hey, they did it how they did it. Like I said, I understand why, but if you do that, the Christmas episode falls more towards November, where niggas can feel it.
They definitely as well. Like with that first episode, they definitely put all the light shit in that episode, so they cut that same energy with because the next episode after that got crazy,
completely different. It felt completely like a different show, and that's why the OP worked so well. I thought with the most recent episode, because it's like, okay, the stakes are raised. Yeah, I'm with it. But all right, cool. We can go to Tokyo Revengers. I'm probably not going to talk about this one by episode either. I'll probably talk about it as a whole, but let's see.
What happened the first episode? I feel like the first episode because we got 3 this week.
Yeah,
I feel like the first episode was like not too much. It was like, I remember that was right after the whole stabbing and the whole.
It was the first episode was the tenseness of, does Draken make it out of surgery?
Oh yeah, that's what that was. So it wasn't. I remember it was kind of. I don't want to say it was stale, but it was like because there's been no misses with Tokyo Revengers so far. But like this was the first episode that was like kind of slowed down.
It's literally Draken getting out of surgery, him going give Hinata the necklace, Draken giving him Mikey's jacket, and yeah, and that
impactful, so impactful.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all episode 11. It was dope. Like I'm loving Tokyo Revengers, and then the ending is amazing, where you think everything's saved, and like he sees Akun at like the shop, and then that makes episode 12 Revenge that much crazier.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the whole thing. Oh man,
episode 12 is really the gas one. That's the one.
That's you talking about the one in the middle?
Yeah, that's the one.
Bro, that shit fucked me up so bad, bro. I'm watching that shit with my girl, son, and she's sitting there. Like, she's not watching Tokyo Revenge with me, but she's like sitting in on this episode eating some shit. And she's seeing my emotions go from like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there like, what the fuck's going on? How they go, what? Yada yada. I'm already mad off the dump from the beginning of the episode with because Takamichi is like going with what's his name? Naoto. And they're going to see Naoto's sister, Hinata or whatever. And he's sitting there like excited, and he's like, man, she don't want to see me, yada, yada, yada. Start to be like, fuck that, I'm gonna turn around. I'm like, man, stop acting like a bitch.
And by him fucking around.
He fucked around so much, bro.
But he had to, though, because if he would have got that car, his ass would have been toast.
But man, I don't even think he would have probably got eventually, but I just know for sure he was acting super sus. Like the whole time they was in the car, the whole time they was in the crib, it's like, son, you don't gotta be scared to talk to this girl, bro. It's like she clearly wants you. She's giving you the vibes. Like I'm seeing the vibes.
But you left her ass in middle school and she's still with your ass at 26, nigga.
Bro, she's still wearing the necklace and shit. He's like, maybe she got the necklace. She got the same exact necklace. She saw that necklace in the store. I was like, oh, this is the one like Takamichi bought me when I'm a kid.
If she left you, if let me just let y'all know, viewers, if a girl leaves you in real life, there's no way she's going to buy the same necklace you bought her if you broke up with her and she don't like you, nigga. If she wearing that same necklace, even if she bought a new one, she like you. That's a fact.
There's no
Or
way.
she's crazy and like you just need to go away. She might kill you in your
Facts.
sleep.
Whenever Takamichi said he broke up with her, I was sitting there like, oh shit, she might be on some nutso shit. Because bro, the whole scene when she was by that water, I'm like, she about to jump off the motherfucking bridge. I thought at first
when I read it the first time, I thought that's what was gonna happen.
Because bro, the last time he came back to the future, son kill himself. I'm like, son, please don't tell me she about to do this shit. He about to have to go back again. But they fucked that up.
This was even worse. Like that
this
nigga Kisuke in Valhalla, that nigga from Valhalla put the hit out. Akun drove the fucking Hummer into Hina's car, and I was just like, wow. When I read this, I was shocked. But watching it, animation, the way they just slowed it down and made you like deep breaths, it was great.
I didn't think they was gonna do that like that, bro. Like I really didn't think they was gonna do that like that. This is an intense ass anime, bro. Like this shit don't feel like no shonen. Like this shit feel like some seinen shit.
It's some dark shit. And then the kicker, Draken's in death row, nigga. Like what?
Oh yeah, and that was nuts. But man, I just gotta speak on Akun real quick. That's his name.
Yeah, that's Akun.
Son is the most bitch made ass nigga I've ever seen in anime, bro. Like niggas have been going in on Takamichi, right? And I got my shit with Takamichi, but
no one's as bad as Takamichi. Yeah, Takamichi's not that bad.
Takamichi got nuts, bro. He got a lot of heart. Like to me, he got a lot of ambition too. You know what I'm saying? Like Takamichi not no bitch. He be, you know what I'm saying, getting in his own way sometimes. He be overthinking shit, letting his head get in his way. But Akun, bro, every time Akun do some shit, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, son? I'm like, why? Why did you have to do this? Why could you not have like niggas are that scared of I keep wanting to say Kiyomasa, but what's his name? Kisuke?
Yeah, Kisuke.
Bro, y'all some bitch made dudes really being scared of this dude. But seeing how, like how you about to say how Draken's on death row and the whole backstory with, I want to see what's up with that because you got Draken fucked up too. It's like this dude's some kind of weird snake.
And well, I mean, we've met. Okay, so I've told y'all already. We've met him. That's the guy. We've met Kisuke, and it's when him and Takamichi cross paths. It's the dude with the glasses. We've met Kisuke.
Oh, I remember you told me that.
Yeah. Now we're about to really meet Kisuke. Like now's the time where it's the next episode.
Now, see, I was thinking Kisuke was that guy who came meet him by the bathroom and shit. You feel me? But that's the guy that Mikey was giving the beats to in that gang fight. You feel me? Like Mikey was whooping his ass. So I'm sitting there like
he is just another pawn. Like all these little niggas we seen as pawns.
Facts. And they just moving. They just getting shit done. Making they're like Kisuke's eyes and like. To me, because I haven't really seen too much of Kisuke aside from that one
scene
with Draken, and that shit was like, this dude seems like a crazy antagonist. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, he's great.
I definitely want to see where we're going with him because he already seems kind of intimidating, but in the weirdest way, like he's not supposed to be intimidating.
So after Takamichi sees Draken in death row, he's like, fuck it, nigga, I gotta go back, try to get everybody saved, save Akun, save Hina, get Draken out of prison. And when he gets back, it's like, okay, nigga, we about to initiate your ass, but also we're going to pick the new leader of the 3rd division.
And he's gunning for that spot. And my thing is,
but who else is gunning for that spot?
My thing with that is the last episode was great. And I love that Takamichi's like, man, I don't see no other option. I got to move my way up in the ranks and yada yada. And that's very ambitious of him. And it's got me, you know, that's the shonen aspect of it. Like I got to be the number one. And it's like he has one of the most compelling reasons to want to be the number one, and he has the most least chances. You know what I'm saying? Like he's really the underdog. But the middle episode, bro, is where I was like, whenever, you know what I'm saying, after the whole death, whenever the shit blew up and he flew away and he had to see. You know what I'm saying? His girl died. He had to see his homeboy die because everything just blew up. That second infuriated me to the point. I'm just the viewer. You feel me? But it infuriated me to the point where I'm like, boy, if you don't go back to the fucking past and kill everybody, I'm like, son, John Wick that bitch, son. Like I'm like at that point, bro, if I saved you already and then I came back to the future and these niggas still got some shit fucked up, I'm like, who did it? Who did it? Just tell me that. Like the next episode, that's the whole thing. I'm loving the ambition of him saying he wants to move up in the ranks. But as soon as you know who Kisuke is, to me, that just screams, take that nigga out. He gotta go. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm ecstatic to see how you feel about next week because we meeting Kisuke next week.
Bro, they gotta get him the fuck up out of here. And I know they just tussling right now. And
this is just the beginning of Kisuke. If you hate him, you're gonna despise him for a long time. Just
because he seemed like some weird shit. Right now, it just seemed like he's jealous of Mikey. You feel me? They don't show all his motivations. But from what they're making it sound like he want Mikey's spot, and he was like he jealous of Mikey. He on some weird shit, and
I can't say that. I'm not gonna say that because it's so crazy. We just gonna wait. Kisuke is a very interesting character.
I knew for sure that shit was too good for them to not die, for somebody to not die. I thought like she was gonna survive and somebody else was gonna die or something.
Nigga,
no, they killed both.
This show just starting, my nigga. You know they can't save the loop has just begun.
I was looking through it. I wasn't like spoiling anything. But
this nigga gotta go back and forth a couple more times.
Bruh, Takamichi, I'm rooting for him, son, but he got the odds against him. And this is why I really like him as a protagonist, because he's not like OP. He's not like your typical shonen.
It's hard for him to get something done. It's hard for him to get something done.
That's why it hurts so bad that shit was all for nothing. Because it's like, son, you got stabbed through the hand. You feel me? You, for all intents and purposes, should have died.
You could have died, yeah.
And it
Draken
was like,
should have died
by
too.
the skin of your teeth, dog. If it wasn't for your homie, son, y'all would all been dead. Like you wouldn't have been back in the future, dog. I'm sitting there like, son, you come back to the future, and like you said, bro, if he'd have stayed in that car, he'd have been dead. And it's like, son. Now I'm sitting there like, you better get this shit done in the past because you don't have the option. Like if you
can't go back. Future, like if you die in the future, it's over with, nigga. And the thing is, when you go back to the past and see, this is what's gonna start happening next. You gotta make sure something happens, because if it happens in the past, when you go back, nigga, whatever happens in the past, like see, whatever happens in the future is like permanent. But like, let's say somebody dies in the past. That's permanent too, my nigga. So it's like it's gonna catch up with him where it's gonna get even harder.
Bro, and that's I didn't put to, because Draken didn't die. You feel me? So like
he didn't.
I was sitting there thinking he was about to, and I was thinking how that was the trajectory that was gonna send the show in.
That's why everything so far is like he can still change. Like Draken being in prison, if he goes back and makes a couple moves, Draken can be out of prison. But what happens when he goes back and like some shit happens in the past that might not have happened in the future?
And I'm not gonna lie, bro. As far as time travel, as far as like this is one of my favorite time travel stories. This is one of my favorite really good. Like delinquent stories. Like
the rules to their time travel is very simple.
Mystery too. This is one of the greatest mystery stories I've ever seen. I'm loving this shit so far.
If you go to the future and stuff happens while you're in the future, you can go back and change it. But if you're in the past, nigga, you better be careful.
You gotta tread lightly, bro. Every time he's in the past, I'm super anxious. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Because he ain't shit. He really ain't shit. You feel me? Every time he stepped to somebody, they hit him with that meme like that. You're not that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Every time. And he could get his ass whooped at any time. And
that's most likely.
That's a fact. And that's why it's so fucking interesting. But great episodes. I'd say 11 was like a 3, just because it was the Waiting on Draken episode. 12's a 5. And then,
I give him 2 back to back.
And then the next one, I think that's 13. I'd say 13 is like a 4.
I give it.
That's just the funeral.
4, 8, because that shit was impactful. Like just seeing him stand there and like, you know what I'm saying, they were trying to move him and he didn't move till he seen Naruto cry. I was like, man, that's some sad shit.
It was some super sad shit. That's a fact.
Yeah, like their mom came give him that necklace and shit, and he's like looking at that necklace, blowing up Naruto's phone and shit. It had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. So I don't want to give it a 5, but definitely close. It was like a 4 or 5.
I'm cool with 4 or 5. I rock with that. But the middle one's a 5. Easy.
Bro, every week it gets harder to not read the manga.
Yeah, that's where I was with the manga, where I was that night. I read this story in 2 nights. Like literally, I can tell you each scene that made me continue. The first one when we saw Akun jump off the building. The second one where he saw the one we just saw where that nigga ran into him. And then when I found out Draken was on death row, I was like, fuck no, nigga. I just kept reading. Like those were the 3.
Is so gangster too. Like this shit, they taking it there, bro. Like this is not no fucking light-hearted power of friendship as anime. This shit is gangster.
It's super heavy. So, but that's pretty much all we got this week. And we will be back next week to get us back on schedule. So we will only have 1 episode of Tokyo Revengers and 1 episode of My Hero. But you know, you still getting anime talk. But Chris, tell the people they can follow you on social media.
For sure. I gotta say this. I gotta plug some shit. But follow your boy on Twitter. Follow your boy on Instagram. Follow your boy on SoundCloud. Everything. But you know, I dropped that Makima song like a couple months ago. It's finally picking up a little bit of traction because the trailer dropped and because we got the Makima cosplayers fucking with it. I just want to say we will be shooting a video soon. We're looking for cosplayers. We're looking for all kind of shit. But the video is about to be crazy. So if y'all want to be a part of the video shoot, hit me up for sure. We're probably gonna do that bitch at DreamCon, if not right before DreamCon. So, you know, Follow me on streaming services. Go peep out the new music because the album is dropping real soon. Like I got
The
all kinds
cover
of
art
people on
was
that bitch.
gas.
And bro, that's just the cover art for the Saint Jump. I'm about to have the Saint Jump. Then I'm about to have the deluxe edition. Going crazy, bro. We got Forever World on that bitch. Coachy. So many people came be a part of this, and it got me super excited. Like I want to tease some shit at DreamCon, but that's the first thing. But the second thing, as usual, follow your boy, add your boy on my anime list. Cause like, bro, I've been reading, and I just want to say this. I've only been watching the seasonal anime that we've been talking about and Shaman King and like Eden Zero. That's it. Like as far as anime, the only one I've been really watching that's not the shit we've been watching to review is what is that? God of Poverty. It's like Benbo something. I don't know if you ever heard of God of Poverty, but that's one of the funniest. It's like one of these it's just like a comedy anime, and it seems like it's ecchi at first, but it's not. It's way more comedy than anything. They have like Dragon Ball references. It's like it's like parody. It's like kind of Gintama, but on a smaller level. I remember I want to say, try to put me on it in like 2018, 2019, but like I just got on it, and I've gotten some gut laughs from it, but y'all gotta come fuck with me on the manga shit. I've been finding some gems, like knocking dust off of some shit I never knew existed, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I got my ear to the street with the new shit, like with the new Demon Slayer one shot by the drop or the spinoff. So definitely like I'm active as fuck on my anime list, like probably more active than Instagram and Twitter and shit. So y'all get with me, you feel me?
Y'all make sure y'all go follow Chris. So you can follow me at LinBWT, follow Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. If you're a One Piece fan, the One Piece manga review will be out later on Monday, worst case Tuesday. New episode of Bros Who Think podcast is out. Also, new Bros Who Binge will be out like Thursday, Friday-ish. A lot of stuff to review on there. Other than that, yeah, just make sure you subscribe. And like I said, we'll be back next week. So be sure to check out that. But for Chris, my name is Lyndon. You guys have a good one. Until then, peace.